What's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey. Today we're gonna. What are we talking about today?
Yeah, you are screaming.
I know. I talk about.
What are we gonna talk? So yeah, what are we gonna talk about? What about carbs?
Carbs.
I think that's something great.
The C word.
Great to touch on for people in all stages of keto, because that's the main part, right? Keeping track or knowing that you're staying within a certain limit to be in ketosis. So I think this is a really important topic.
Daily carb recommendation?
Recommendation or our personal intake?
Yeah, first off, let's do like recommended. For starting, recommended is under 20 grams.
To get into it.
Yeah, to get like adapted
right.
to.
And once you're within like a fat adapted stage, it really depends on what your goal is in terms of how many carbs.
If you're going pure weight loss, lower the carbs the better, basically.
Exactly.
For us, we've been doing it for a pretty good amount of time now, and we work out. We want to increase our muscle to fat ratio, basically, is what our goal is. So, like, we'll go up to 40 probably some days, maybe even higher if we're, like, really, like, going out drinking and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's occasionally.
Yeah. Like, the top end we've ever gone probably has been, like, 50-ish,
yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah. Remember, ketosis is a state your body goes into, so it can go in, out, and, like, that's how it works. A lot of people use the testing strips we did in the beginning. So if you are starting, that's a good way to see where you're at.
So the strips, though, the urine strips, those are testing excreted ketones. So like at this stage, when we've been doing it for like 8 months or so, our body is using the ketones now. So if we did a P test now, we might not even have anything showing on it because our body's used. So those are just like ketones that your body isn't using. And when you're in the adaptation phase, your body's not good at using ketones. So you'll see a lot on the strips, the P strips.
Okay, so I have a question for you then.
Okay.
This is new. When I see the strips, or I imagine the strips being used, in my mind it's like, well, if I've had a bad weekend, say I've had a weekend where I've gone in excess of carbs and I'm out of ketosis, like my body's out, that following week, can I not use the strips and then you'll see the ketones secreted again because my body's going back into the state of ketosis?
I'm not sure about that. I think this is not like, I don't know,
So
but I'm just estimating. No, we could.
Okay.
I'm just like guessing. Like I feel like getting into a fat adapted state is similar as exiting it. So like there's a 1 to 2 month period where you're like kind of getting adjusted. So I feel like if you go off the deep end in a weekend, like you're saying, it's pretty easy to maintain the fat adapted state.
Maintain it how? Like your body is still in ketosis?
It's still really good at using ketone as a fuel source.
Okay, we will definitely
do more
research and get back to you. Maybe we'll like just add a little addendum onto this video or put it in the comments. Either way, at the end of the video, you'll find out.
Yeah. They also make like a blood glucose type strip that tests for ketones. Those are the ones that are good. If you're in a fat adapted state, they test for your blood
That seems
ketone
more
level.
diabetes along the line of that.
Yeah, it's similar.
Okay, so let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Okay.
Let's do our actual carb intake. So we gave you a recommended. We've told you our high end, as well as where you want to maintain if you want to lose weight. Should we recap that? Let's recap that. So if you want to lose weight, you want to stay
Lower the better.
lower the better. 20, 25. We've gone as high as 50. It's infrequent. It's it's occasional if we're out drinking and stuff. So it's not that big of a deal. So now, what do we take in on a regular basis?
One other side note real quick.
Sure.
Is something that we're probably going to experiment with in the future is cyclical keto, which is like maybe post-workout 30 to 50 grams of carbs just to like more building muscle, but then be keto the rest of the day. So that'll look like something like 60 net carbs per day, something like that maybe. There's a really good subreddit, it's Keto Gains subreddit, which goes into all this. There's cyclical keto diet, there's a targeted keto diet, and there's standard keto diet, which is what most people do as standard just for weight loss.
Right.
So under 20 for beginning, under 40-ish when you're adapted, I would say, based on our experiences.
Yeah, I try to stay like 30.
Yeah, we just have like a set thing that we normally do. We say, so that's what we'll get into now, is what the carbs that we eat on a daily basis, what makes up our 20 to 40 carbs per day.
Right.
What makes up your 20 to 40 carbs per day?
So lately, it's been nuts. I have been doing like almonds. So, I mean, almonds are just also easy on the go. So, like, I'll put them like an ounce in a Ziploc bag. I do serving sizes. So, I know.
You're slinging almonds on the street?
So, an ounce is like 28. So, sometimes I'll just do like 14.
Yeah, a serving of almonds is surprising like a lot.
Yeah.
Like
so, I do like half a serving. And then I know that how many, like, what that intake is. And it's not actually that much for almonds. Like cashews is on the higher side, but it's also higher in fat. Like, you know, it kind of weighs out. So nuts for me, cheese will have some carbs, and then lots of veggies. So we do broccoli a lot, we do cauliflower. I do onions, I'm big on onions. Sometimes we do tomatoes, rarely, like not that much, but like occasionally like a salsa or tomato. Any vegetable has carbs. There's some that are higher, there's some that are lower, and there's tons of charts out there. Even on our Pinterest, we have a chart that gives you the amount of carbs in each vegetable. So go to that. That helps out a lot and lets you know, if you are going to eat a vegetable, that's totally fine because they're great for you. They provide a lot of nutrition, but you want to count. An onion has a lot more carbs surprisingly than broccoli does. So you want to, keep that into consideration.
Yeah, we're pretty liberal with the vegetables.
Yeah.
So like, if we have a day where we eat 40 grams of carbs and we're not drinking, it's probably just like a big like vegetable stir fry type of thing.
Exactly. And we're purely not weight loss. We
Yeah.
really take our bodies day to day and like feel your body out that morning, feel your body out that night, and then just moving forward, that's how you should do it. It's not like this week I'm gonna eat less carbs. That's not how it works. That's not how life works. Sometimes you're on the go. Sometimes you need to go to Chipotle or Boston Market, right?
Yeah, just being more flexible with everything makes it easier. Because then if you're very inflexible with your diet, just going like slightly overboard just leads you to being like spiraling out of control. I feel like
it's a negative mindset, and that like puts you in a bad place. And then you're like, well, I've gone this far. Let me just keep going further.
Yeah, definitely.
When we're cooking a lot, carbs come from that for us. So like when we do fathead crusts for like some recipes, when we make cookies, it's a day-to-day thing. It's hard to tell, but a lot of it is vegetables, cheese, nuts, and certain like vegetarian meats have carbs. And that's about it for me.
Similar for me. Mostly vegetables. I'd say probably 80% vegetables.
He's better than me.
I do snack on like nuts and stuff a lot of the time though when I'm in a, just like in snack mode.
Shark Week.
Yeah, Shark Week. I'll have an avocado pretty much every day. That has like, 3 or 4 carbs.
It does. I always forget that they do.
Yeah.
Do eggs? No, right?
Eggs have like one carb per 2 eggs.
Okay.
That's kind of how it is. Like half a carb per. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like just eating 2,000 calories in a day, everything kind of has like a little bit of trace carbs. Yeah, the trace carbs add up. I would say trace carbs on a daily basis is probably like around 10 grams for everyone almost.
A really good day for me, sorry to butt in. A really good day for me where I've just like intaked vegetables and meats and mostly fats has been like 10 to like 15 net carbs. And that's really, really, really good.
Yeah, I would say the key to all this, the key to everything really, is just paying attention to how you feel based on what you eat.
Absolutely.
So like I noticed that when I have a smoothie, which I put like a bunch of frozen spinach in, which is probably like 5 net carbs per the amount of spinach I put in, it's like 2 cups worth. I feel so much better the next day and just like full of energy.
Yeah.
The main benefit of keto for me is the energy, and like having a salad or having some kind of like greens the previous day really leads me to have better energy and just better willpower the next day.
Yeah.
That's another thing you'll notice too when you start listening to your body is willpower is not like a thing you can just like want and do.
And
it's
have.
It's like when I eat healthy, I go to bed on time and get like, 7 hours of sleep, 6-7 hours of sleep. I have more willpower the next day. It's just like it builds up.
And for me, outside of the energy, is that it really, like, especially being a woman, and like, we have different hormones, like our bodies are different than men's naturally. We build differently when we're lifting and stuff. Is how it reflects in the way we look. Since I've been on a keto diet, so it's been 9 months, and even this is, just for the women, when I'm on my period, like I usually have bloated and I retain a lot of water. But when I've been on keto, and even on that week period when I'm on my period, there's 0 bloating for me. Every morning, no matter what I eat the day before, because it's high fat, low carb, just overall, my body looks great the next morning, and I can see it. I can see the difference. I can feel the difference, but I like seeing it in the mirror. Like that makes me want to do it. Like I look great and I feel great, and so I want to try on new clothes, and it like pushes positivity into all aspects of my life.
Keto is like an anti-inflammatory diet.
Yeah.
Because gluten, I think, is pretty inflammatory.
Dairy
also is. I noticed that's the thing I notice a lot.
But there's been so much research on that, guys. Check it out. Like milk and cheese, yogurt, those aren't like Activia, those commercials, like I mean, yogurt is an inflammatory, so it's funny to me when I see those commercials. But we do a lot of cheese, but I feel like we've been shying away from the cheese a lot lately. Yeah. We're not like getting bricks of cheese. Like we used to have like 5 different kinds of cheeses.
Yeah.
But it changes your skin. My skin feels better, looks better. It's less drier when I'm eating less dairy. Almond milk is great.
Yeah, dairy is definitely a thing I think I still eat too much of. I'd like to do less. I'd like to even try doing no dairy for a month or something.
Yeah.
It's just hard because it's such a good snack. Like at work, just string cheese, like stuff like that, and like hard-boiled eggs.
Right. It's the perfect fat, calorie, and protein.
I'd like to definitely do an experiment in the future without it.
Maybe we should do like that. We'll do a month. That would be good. That'd be good for a video. 2 weeks to a month, I think, would be a good period to like really experiment with that.
Yeah.
And if you guys do it, like let us know. If you've been on like a really low or minimal like dairy diet, really comment and let us know.
Yeah.
The positive changes. It's a mental game as well, right? Day to day.
Everything's a mental game.
If you had a bad day yesterday, totally cool. Just be relaxed. Don't take yourself too seriously. Everything takes time. Mm-hmm. And that's all it really comes down to. It's hard in the beginning, it's hard at the end, it's hard in the middle. If it's easy, everyone would do it, right?
Yeah, I feel like I've kind of hit my stride pretty well, and like it's pretty easy for me. But I would say if
I was proving a point.
Yeah.
If it was easy, everyone.
If it was, yeah, for sure. Like the easy thing is just to go and get like, you know, the snacks at the grocery store and watch Netflix and watch Black Mirror season 3. Really good. We really just rambled on like a lot. About just carbs was our general topic. But I think if you shift your mentality from short-term, like need to lose weight, to just like a long-term thing. If you put things on more of a long-term scale, the short-term mess-ups or like reverting back to your old ways, which everyone does, like it's a gradual thing. At first, like the first week or whatever, it's probably going to be like 4 bad days, 3 good days. Like it slowly shifts to being mostly good days. And then eventually it's just like, you know, normal. And
that's how it works for everyone too. Like none of us are perfect. So just keep reminding yourself and keep calm and... Keto on. Yeah. That's all it is. I was trying to make it natural, but you just got like so excited about the saying. You're like, keto on. it's a dumb
I don't show emotions that well. I was trying to really
get it out there.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, this might have been too long or
super long.
Super long. It's fine because we provide you a lot of information and we have a lot of passion here, and I hope you guys can see it. Because passion. Disregard that, but we really care about what we're doing for you, and what we're doing for ourselves, and this matters to us a lot. So subscribe. And also sign up for our weekly newsletters. Those are going to go out, and you know, hit us up privately if you want, you know, help with accountability, help with
definitely do that. No one's done that yet.
Guidance. Yeah, we're here.
Be the first. Point to them. Be the first.
Be the first.
Hit us up for like personal help if you need that.
Yeah, because we love ourselves and we want you to love yourselves, and that's all that matters. So subscribe.
Yeah, I'm going to put together a playlist. We have a cooking videos playlist now. I'm going to put together like this type of playlist, informational videos playlist, which we haven't done an informational video in a while. So this is a good one. We did good
Earmarks
this time.
it.
So yeah, just check out our other videos if you want more tips.
And have a good night.
We're about to go painting.
Twisted painting.
Twisted painting.
Check it out. I'm sure it's in your city. So you bring, it's BYOB, and then there's an instructor. It's 2 hours. You learn to paint, and you all paint the same thing. But if you're with a partner, then the painting will come out very differently. And
contest.
It's very fun.
You guys have to judge who had the better painting out of us two.
We're gonna show them to you.
Yeah. So we got a bottle of wine. We're gonna do that. We should leave like right now, probably.
Yeah. Okay. See you guys soon.
Mad love.
Take it easy.
Stay up.
Bye. I got lost.